Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I have here today from acenate.
A divorcee has a message for all the women out there, and it's something about grass not being greener.
I was a selfish bitch in my marriage. I've been divorced now almost 4 years, but I was married to my ex-husband 16 years and with him 18 years. And again, I was a selfish bitch. Nothing was ever good enough. I took him for granted. He seriously rolled out the red carpet for me. He was sweet, kind, generous. He told me how much he loved me 5 times a day. He told me how beautiful I was every day. If he'd wake me up in the morning, because he knows I love massages, wake me up rubbing my shoulders. He'd rub my feet every evening while we were watching TV.
And all this wasn't enough, guys. It wasn't enough.
If I said, for example, oh, I'm craving a Dr. Pepper, he'd be like, okay, let me go to the corner store and get it. He adored me. He was amazing. Like, on paper, it's what every girl wants. Seriously. And
You didn't want him.
yeah, I took it for granted.
Yep.
And now I lost that, right? And I carried a lot of guilt because I caused it. That's my biggest regret in life, is not saving, the whole family aspect. The grass is not always greener on the other side, ladies. It's not. I'm good now. I feel great. And
Cope.
he's super happy with
Right.
his girlfriend. And honestly, I could not be happier for him because he deserved to be loved.
Again, if people are all right, they're not going to create a whole video about saying how all right they are about the subject.
And cared about and respected as he should have always been. So I'm so happy that he's happy. Anyways, what I'm saying, ladies, the grass is not greener on the other side. If you have a good guy, take care of him. Take care of him.
They're not going to listen.
Nope.
Trust me, there's nothing good out in these streets.
They're not going to listen.
He seriously set the bar. He set the bar. And ultimately, what I always wanted, I had all along.
Correct. Now you got alpha widowed by the man you thought was beneath you.
So we have good right in front of us, and we don't know how to take care of it.
Yep, you can do everything right, and a woman will still blow it up because she herself lacks principle and self-control, really. So if it's not clear to everybody by now, vows, to women in the 21st century, they don't actually mean anything.
Just words.
They're really just part of the wedding day process. Simply there to facilitate an event where she gets to be the main character and goes through the motions of getting married.
Wears her pretty white dress, even though we all know she ain't no virgin.
But that's all she really cares about. The wedding. Not actually becoming a wife.
Nope.
Nothing magical happens after that wedding. And I think for a lot of women, that's a big fat letdown. And the thing is, if he had done less, because it sounds like he was doing a lot, she would have complained he wasn't doing enough.
Correct.
So in all versions of this story,
He's
no matter
always gonna be
how
in the
this guy
wrong.
behaves, whether it's good or bad, he gets left by her eventually.
Correct.
Personally, I believe the amount of validation and servitude that he was giving her, I think it worsened the situation.
I agree.
Simply
I believe there was a little bit too much simping.
Because, that kind of environment, it creates so much stability and assurance. And oftentimes,
it also creates more entitlement too, an ace. That's the other side, right? When you give someone so much all the time, constantly, they become entitled to all of that.
those things are the antithesis to female arousal and attraction. But again, if he had done less, well, she would have told him he needed to be doing more. So yeah, with some women, you simply cannot please them. I mean, they were together for a long time. What did she say? 16 years? That's quite some time. And it's no coincidence, really, that her divorce, which took place 4 years ago, so around 2022, lines up with kind of the boom and popularity of TikTok. And the fact that she's posted this to TikTok, well, that tells me the sisterhood had a big influence on her.
Of course.
If you compare women today versus women in the past, I'm not saying that women in the past are perfect, not even close, but I think they were more aware that the excitement would wear off eventually and they would have to work through and they'd have to lean on things like devotion and whatnot. They'd have to stick it out, right?
Correct.
Nowadays, there are more Well, there's no more negative penalties, social penalties, for a woman to divorce her husband. If anything, there's an
I mean, there used to be a social stigma to just dating around, to be just a serial dater. That wasn't a really a good thing back in the day. Nowadays, it's hookup culture. Everybody does hookup culture. Nobody says anything about it. Nobody bats an eye.
Incentive in the opposite direction, right? So it's no surprise that basically all divorces are initiated by women. And, now she's talking about this lesson because, well, she sees him with another woman.
Well, I'm almost positive, too, that most women that are divorced or get divorced, it usually wasn't through their own volition. It's almost always through, the whispers and talks of other women.
Right? And that sends a shock through her brain, and she realizes that she fucked up. She ruined something good. And now he's out here giving another woman the same great treatment she used to get from him.
And she treats him well.
Now that she's taken a step back, she sees the bigger picture, she realizes she was like so many modern women, a nagging headache that simply could not be satisfied.
The women are not going to like me for this one, but I don't care because it needs to be said. Not everything is grounds for divorce. I don't understand. I don't understand how there are women, the multitude of women on social media trying to convince a different woman to leave their spouse over the smallest, most ridiculous things. Okay. I'm sorry. I saw a video this morning of a woman crying in her bathroom because her husband didn't respond the way that she wanted him to her wearing lingerie. Now, I validate that woman's feelings, and she's allowed to cry about that and be like, you know what? I now don't feel as pretty as I thought I was going to feel because
how about you don't validate her feelings?
Yeah. The way that I wanted to. But he didn't respond bad. He didn't say, you're disgusting, get out of my sight. He said, you look good. And she wanted something more. She wanted something bigger. She wanted, she wanted him to tackle her, right? Which I get, but you don't get to control another person's response.
You don't.
News to her.
You don't get to control the way that he acts in that situation. So
yeah,
the amount of women in her comments saying that's not your husband, girlie, go find you another man is disgusting.
It really is.
That's not
the comment section in women's videos, just women gaslighting each other constantly to leave each other's men.
If he's abusing you, if he's cheating on you, doing something illegal, okay, get out.
Oh, they don't want to hear that.
Get out. And I'm all for having healthy marriages, but I would never convince my friend to leave her husband. I'm going to say, did you try everything? Did you do everything you could possibly do? Can you walk away from this situation knowing full good and well, saying it to Jesus, I did everything in my power to save my marriage? Because some of you guys are
you lost them with the Jesus thing.
Yeah, I was like, what, Jesus?
Marriage is just a transaction. It's so flippant. And you guys are convincing other women to leave their husbands for ridiculous things because he didn't respond the way that you wanted him to respond.
Yeah, the misery loves company. All these women are so miserable. They just want to make you miserable too.
That's women trying to convince you to leave. That's just gross. It's gross behavior. And I'm not for it.
Yeah, I mean, I see the comments that she's talking about all the time. I see the videos she's talking about. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know exactly what she's referring to here. This idea that any sort of dissatisfaction is grounds for divorce. All that really takes is getting enough comments that say you deserve better. And a woman will start to believe, well, I do deserve better.
Yeah.
And pull the trigger.
Again, gaslighting
And there's
each other.
no shortage of those types of comments either. Which, yeah, that's what she's describing. It seems the only way a man will actually get a stamp of approval, be considered, a good husband, is if he's in a constant state of kind of like animated enthusiasm and expression. Otherwise, he's emotionally unavailable. He has to be visibly thrilled, endlessly affirming.
You know what I think of when Nate said that? I thought it was like those anime simps that are just super simpy on animes that are just on the ground groveling at women's feet. That's exactly what I thought of when he said that.
permanently eager to please. But just like we saw in the previous clip, a man can do all of those things and he'll still get left. So
he did too
even
much.
the type of man the female collective approves of, the so-called ideal guy, he still can't prevent them from losing interest.
I.e., Tom Brady would be a good example. I'm not saying he's the best man, the best looking man ever or something, but he's a damn good looking man, damn famous, damn rich. He's got a lot going for him. Just saying.
So apparently this chick is describing a story where a wife puts on lingerie and gets all upset because her husband's reaction didn't resemble something out of a movie, because he didn't tackle her in excitement.
Start ripping her clothes
wow,
off.
his wife is so beautiful, so attractive, he just can't control himself. But because he didn't do that, he didn't show this.
Imagine if he did do that, Nate. Like, if he did do that, we might even hear a different story. Like, oh, he was so aggressive. He just attacked me without my consent. That could have been the story we heard afterwards.
Animated enthusiasm. Well, now he's being emotionally reserved. He's neglectful. And she deserves better. The guy's response was normal. It was a normal male response.
Looks good, babe.
But
that's most
modern
guys.
women aren't accustomed to normal male response.
It's like when girls ask men, do I look good in this? Yeah, you look good, babe. That's it.
And in the entertainment they've seen, a healthy husband's response is, it's over the top. His wife is in lingerie. He must leap at her, completely taken over by his animalistic instincts. In movies, that scene is always kind of portrayed that way because it's
true.
Deeply gynocentric. It frames women as sort of goddesses to be worshipped, right? If she puts on lingerie, the only rational response is the man being, struck with awe. His jaw hits the floor like a cartoon, shaking his head to make sure he's not dreaming.
Eyes bulging
But that
out.
didn't happen for her, so she starts crying.
Reminds me of The Mask.
Probably because deep down she knows she's not that attractive and was hoping he would compensate with an over-the-top reaction to soothe her insecurity. But nope, what she got was a normal male response. Not a performative one, like a man in a movie. The bottom line is, right, with this, the kind of modern ethos toward women, it's all about optionality over loyalty. They're encouraged to believe there's always a better version of life.
Correct.
Better version of love, even.
There's always a better version of a man that you're with.
Better version of a man that's just one decision away. And it's up to them to just take the leap. Be a bold woman. Take the leap. Divorce your husband. See what's on the other side. It's going to be better. But nope, just as we heard again from the previous woman, it's rarely that. It's rarely the case. Typically, they end up regretting the decision, realizing they're the problem. I guess I shouldn't say typically.
I was gonna say
this is pretty rare.
Yeah, this is rare, brother.
Realizing she's
We
the
don't get
problem,
many
being
videos
willing
like
to admit
this.
it. Yeah. But I think deep down they know they've got some serious issues.
I mean, typically maybe they do feel this way, but they're not letting us know it.
And it's funny because as much as men get accused of being commitment phobes, it really seems to be the women who are incapable of commitment.
Nate, I'm willing to take it to another step further that these women don't even understand what commitment actually is. Right? Not that they don't want it, they don't even know what it is. These women are dating men long term and are telling people, oh, I get to sleep around because there's no wedding ring. I'm not married. That means I'm still single. They have no concept of commitment. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.